Hello, hello, hello to all of our Great Kids After School families. My name is Coach Carlos. I am the owner of Champions Great Kids Child Development Centers, and we are so excited. My team and I are so excited to have you guys joining us for the 2022-2023 school year. What I want to do with these videos, guys, I just want to give you some of the details of what our program is about, what to expect, how our tuition collection works, what's included in our program, what's not included in our program. We're going to discuss like pickup times and pickups and how we pick up from the school, how we bring them back here, how you guys will come and pick them up and things of that nature. We're going to also get into behaviors and what our expectations are as far as behaviors of the kids in our program. And we're going to get into weather closing as well as just some of our events that we have. We have a lot of events that we run that we love doing for the community and for the families that we have in our program. So I'm really excited about sharing all this with you guys. So let's get started. All right, so let's first start with some of the confusion that I know some parents get, right? So our base company and our organization is called Champions Martial Arts, Inc. That is our corporate ID. But we also do business as Champions Great Kids After School and Summer Camp. We also do business as Champions Great Kids Martial Arts. We also do Champions Great Kids Parents Night Out. We do Champions Great Kids Birthday Parties. Everything is based under the banner of Champions and Great Kids, but Champions Martial Arts, Inc. is our actual corporate ID. So anytime you see anything with Champions Martial Arts or Champions Martial Arts Inc., it is a part of our Great Kids program. Now, let's talk about what our after school program is. Now, as most people see our program, and they see it as a form of childcare, which it is. But we are not a after school childcare program. That means we are not a licensed or registered program. Our program based, and we run out of what's called an exemption under what's called a multi-purpose program. So a multi-purpose program is a program that runs lessons or training or sessions for the kids when they're here with us after school. So the way we run our programs, we run our program as a multi-purpose recreational after school program. So how does that work? Let me explain. So because we are a martial arts school, we embed some martial arts training into the activities that the kids are doing on campus with us. In addition to, we also add some contemporary dance, so some hip hop and some pop and things like that as a part of our structure of our day. We also have character education, which is a part of our day as well. And we also have STEM, that's a part of our day. We have arts and craft, which is a part of our day and our sessions and our lessons. And what has to happen is the kids in this, the kids that are in our program, they can't do the same day, the same thing each day, right? So it has to have to be what's called a single base program where we're doing karate every day, or basketball every day, or football every day, or multi-purpose program where we can do, martial arts, dance, and STEM. And then the next day we can do character education. From our character education, we do arts and craft, and then maybe we'll do a sport, right? And then on Wednesday, we'll do the same thing we did on Monday. And then on Thursday, we'll do the same thing we did on Tuesday. And then on Friday is what we call our recreational fun day. So that's our recreational day where the kids come in. We just have a fun afternoon for the kids where they're doing fun PE games. They're doing their STEM stuff. They're doing their Legos, things like that to kind of keep them engaged, keep them having fun, but give them a fun social environment to be in. All right, so that is basically how our program works. We're a multi-purpose program. We run different sessions within the day. And how does that look, right? So we'll have one group. Let's say we have three groups, right? We have our kindergarten, first grade group. We have our second grade, third grade group, and we have our fourth grade and higher. Our first grade group, let's say they'll be doing their pop dance, right? Or their contemporary dance. Our second grade group will be doing their martial arts. Our fourth grade and higher group will be doing, say, Legos, right? And in those stations and in those groups, all those groups will rotate after about 25 minutes to a half-hour session. So everyone will have an opportunity to do each one of those activities, but everyone, it's a learning activity and or a recreational activity. So the Legos may be, the Legos could be a actual learning opportunity because we do have structured Lego creations that they have to create, right? So there are times where we're doing our Legos that is part of what the kids are doing is they're actually learning how to use these Legos and how to create these different type of sculptures and figurines and things that they create with the Legos. So that will be on Monday, right? And then on Tuesday they come in, we'll do sports. So our sport may be for the month, may be basketball. So they'll do basketball, and then one group will do their character education, and then the other group will do their STEM, right? And those three groups will rotate as the same thing. And then on Monday, usually what we do is on Monday, we do the same thing on Wednesday, depending on our time and the way our campuses are set up. Some campuses may be a little different as to what we do, but ideally it's usually the same, if not a slight variation. And then Thursday, we do the same thing we did on Tuesday. And then on Friday, as I said, we do our fun recreational activities for the kids. We're just doing some fun PE games and just some things to kind of keep them engaged and having a great time and kind of closing out the week for them. So that's how we run our program, and that's how our program is set up as a multi-purpose program. And because we're running it as a multi-purpose program, we are exempt from having to be licensed by the state. Now, our summer camp always goes through the state and the county. That's just kind of how it sets because we run consecutive weeks for summer camp. But this is how we run our after-school program. So we are not a child care facility, right? And I always want to make sure I emphasize that because a lot of times parents kind of confuse us with like your other type of child care facilities, and we are not that. We are a multi-purpose program that runs sessions, lessons, and helping your child grow and develop in the 4 stages of their development, right? So their social, intellectual, emotional, and physical development. So when they're with us, they're learning and going through all these attributes to help them grow in those areas. All right, let's get into the next one. Now, here's something that we have a lot of questions on. So I just want to make sure that I'm very clear, and I'm always about true clarity and transparency in everything that we do, right? So I don't ever want someone to feel like, oh, I didn't know that, or I didn't know this. So if you look at our terms and our agreement, it is pretty detailed in explanation of things, just because I want to make sure that it's very clear what parents are getting from our program. So let's talk about our program and what you guys are getting from our program. So you are joining our after-school program. So that means when school is in session, we have a program that goes after school, right? So that after school program is just that covers the time the kids are after school, the times that we pick them up from the bus, they get back to our campus, we run our things at our campus, and then when you guys have to come and pick them up. That is how the program is set up, right? So that's our after school program. Now, what most parents don't realize is that when you're joining our after school program, we give you guys a few options, right? You have what's called the finance the entire school year, and then you also have the month-to-month option. So the finance the entire school year, again, just so there's full transparency and clarity in it, that's like you're taking the total price of the school, this total price of our after school program, and you're paying that over the 42 weeks of the school year that the kids are in school. So if your child doesn't come a week, that tuition is still collected. If they don't come to one of our camp weeks, that tuition is still collected because you're paying on the bulk cost of the program, right? You are purchasing our membership program, which is our after school program, right? Our month-to-month program is a little different. And what that is, and let me come back a little bit really quick. So on the cancellation part. So the difference between the finance school year option and the month-to-month option is just what the cost is, right? So our finance school year option is usually about $1,200 less than if you did the month-to-month option. Now, because of that, you are getting a significant discount on the program. Usually it's about $30 in difference of what our regular weekly program would be. And because of that, we do have a more extensive and a more longer cancellation option. So that is an 8-week cancellation option. If you decide that your child is not going to continue, you have to give us an 8-week notice. So that means the tuition will be collected for those 8 weeks, and then the tuition will no longer be collected. Again, this is something that we had to put in place because we have families that would take advantage of the discounted rate, right, that we kind of give you guys. And once you take that rate, you take a spot from someone else that may have needed it or wanted it. And then now, you guys just decide that after 3 weeks, you guys don't want to do the program. That's fine, but we do have an 8-week cancellation option. We also have the month-to-month. The month-to-month is pretty simple. Same thing, guys. It's a weekly tuition rate, usually a little higher than what our finance option is. And that is month-to-month, which means you're paying weekly, but all you have to do is give us a 30-day notice. And then after your 30 days, your tuition still will be collected. But after your 30 days, your program is now discontinued and terminated. So that's kind of how our programs work and our collections of our tuitions and our cancellations as well. Again, I just like to get ahead of it because I know as we get into the school year, it's a long year. We had multiple families that we had to show them what's in our agreement that you guys have signed to be a part of this program because this is a long year, right? And sometimes you guys just forget what it looks like. Everyone should have a copy of it from when you signed up. You should have gotten an email from it as far as what that was and what you guys agreed to. But again, I get it. I understand that, it's a long school year. So sometimes we just forget that was how it was in place. Now, because you are joining our after school program, we do have day camps that we run. We do have week camps that we run. We do have other things like when the school is closed, things of that nature, that we run camps for the kids. Those camps are not included in the after school program. But what we do offer the families that want to attend is we give you guys 50% off of what the actual week would be. So if our week is $197, you guys will pay 50% of that, right? If the week is $155, you guys will pay, whatever the difference is, the 50% off. Now, you are buying our membership program, right? So when you're buying that program, there's a set price, and you're paying that every week, regardless of your attendance at any of our after school or any of our camps or days or anything like that, right? It'd be just like if you had a car payment or if you had a mortgage, right? They give you the block payment, and you're just paying that over a certain number of time. That's exactly how we set up our entire school year finance option for families. Why? Because it makes it affordable for you guys than they probably would get somewhere else. So that is how our program is set up, and that's why we have it the way that it is. And again, I just want to make sure everyone understands that. So as we go through the school year and as we kind of continue moving forward, you understand the difference, right? There is if you chose the finance school year option, that option is paid over 42 weeks, the total cost of that program. Right. So again, even if your child doesn't come that week, they're still going to be charged. The program's still going to be, the tuition is still going to be collected. If you're going to be doing our week camp or not doing our week camp, it's totally your choice. That tuition will still be collected. If you are going to do a week camp, it's just 50% off of what our regular tuition would be for that week. Right. So again, parents, just want to make sure we're all on the same page as far as that goes. Okay. The next thing I want to get into is the pickups. So we have all the schools and their times of dismissals and what time they're going to be getting out and things of that nature. As you guys all know, for our Camillus campus and our Liverpool campus, we have to pick the kids up. We have to transport them back to our facility from the schools. So we have all the times that we got to be picked up. We're setting up all of our drivers and all of our rotations that we got to do, so that all that looks like it's going to work out okay. Again, it's very important, parents, that you communicate with us if your child is not coming. So our bus team is not, our coaches are not waiting at the school for your child to come, because everything is going to be on a time base, right? We got to get this group by this time so we can go get this group by that time. And it's very important that we all kind of work together on that, because the longer that we sit here, that means the longer the kids are sitting at the other school. So we want to make sure that parents are communicating with us if the kids are not going to be being picked up. One of the challenges, I say, because we overcome all of our challenges that we face, is for our Liverpool campus, I had to rent some minivans to pick up our kids from the schools. It's actually going to work out pretty good for us, because the middle school, the 3rd and 5th graders get out at like 3, and then our younger guys get out at like 3:30. So we should be able to pick all those guys up, get them back on campus, and then be able to go pick up our younger guys, our kindergarten and 2nd graders. But what we will need from families is we will need car seats or booster seats if you have them. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out some information to you guys for the parents that have kids in those ages that need those car seats and booster seats, so you can get them to us so we can kind of have them in the vehicles when we got to head out and grab the kids. Again, this is temporary, because the challenge that I said, it's a challenge. We always overcome all our challenges. We had a 4th bus. That bus got hit overnight here on campus out here in Liverpool, and it took a long time for the insurance company to get to total it and get us the money for it. And now we're in a situation where we're waiting on school buses to be available, but the school buses are not coming in yet, because all the schools are waiting for their new buses to come, so they haven't released their old buses. So it's like this whole little snowball effect that we're in right now that's kind of affecting us a little bit. So we're hoping to have everything kind of straightened out after the first few weeks of after school. So again, we can purchase the bus, we have to get the bus, then we have to get the bus through the New York State Department of Transportation. They got to do a DOT on it, and there's a whole process that has to happen, right? So sometimes it's not just a quick turnaround for us. And like I said, we've been waiting for the insurance company to tell us what they're going to do as far as the other bus, so we knew what we had to do. And for us to get the other bus fixed, it can be fixed, but again, we'll be in the same challenge of waiting for parts not available, things like that. So we had to kind of pivot on our end, because we always do our very best to meet every challenge head on and find the answers for our families. So we rented some minivans, so our coaches will pick the kids up in the minivans and then bring them back to campus. And again, we got that rented out for the first few weeks. This is for our Liverpool campus. Again, Camillus campus, you guys are all set. because of our, we have the buses over there for you guys. Our Grimshaw families, you guys, this is new for you guys. It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna love it. So our Grimshaw crew, the kids are just gonna come right down from their classrooms and go right into our after school program. We understand that on Mondays, they come down a little earlier. So on Mondays, it's gonna probably be the day that they do their martial arts class. And that Monday will be martial arts for our guys out in Grimshaw. And then everything else will fall into place after that as far as our other days. But because it's early enough, from my understanding that at some point the middle schoolers and some of the other kids will be coming down to use the gym that they have available for them to do their sports and stuff. So as of right now, we're gonna look at a Monday martial arts class for our Grimshaw guys. And then everything else, our Tuesdays and our Wednesdays and our Thursdays and our Fridays will fall in suit as far as whatever our other training activities that we have for the kids. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And for you guys, it's pretty simple because the kids are just coming down. So you don't have to worry about us transporting them anywhere. And again, same thing when you guys come to pick up, our pickup times is scheduled, and you guys wanna make sure you try to be there as much on time as possible, just so our staff can kind of get to their next stage of what they gotta do for their days. So again, back to where we're at here, guys. Liverpool, we're just in this little space with you guys right now. So we just need you guys to be very cooperative with us and be patient with us, only because again, we are navigating and finding the right answers that we can get. And then once we get everything situated and we have our bus here, we'll be rocking and rolling for these guys too. But right now, we have to do the minivan. We do have a 15 passenger van, but we're not allowed to pick the kids up in those vans because they're not considered to be used for pickups. Okay, so behaviors. Again, in our agreement, again, it's kind of detailed. It talks about our tolerance and our zero tolerance for bullying, our zero tolerance for disruptive behavior, our zero tolerance for the disruptive language and communication with our coaches. So again, when we say we have zero tolerance, parents, I want you to understand that with every situation, I am a firm believer that if we have the opportunity to use this moment to help a child grow and get to a better space and learn from a choice or an action, right, that isn't egregious, right? So again, if we have a kid that is just, tearing the place apart and just extremely out of control and just not able to be redirected, and is just causing a environment that is unsafe for the other kids in our campus as well as our staff, that person will probably be dismissed from our program, right? And again, we understand kids have moments and they have flares and they have things that trigger them and things of that nature. But again, when it comes to the safety of all the families, just as I'm sure as a parent, you want to make sure your child is safe in an environment, we have to make sure that we keep that in place, right? So if that was the case and your child was in that space, we definitely would communicate with you. We definitely would have, our setup. We have a write-up situation, then we have a suspension, and then we have a dismissal, right? For the most part, we only have to dismiss someone if they've gone through the write-up and they've gone through the time where they had to take a couple of days off, and then if they come back and it's still just not a good fit. And most of the time, if it's not a good fit, parents, I'm very transparent. I would tell you that if our program is not going to be able to have an effect on your child to help them grow and develop, become the best version of themselves, that our program might not be the best fit for them, right? But again, our ultimate goal is to keep the safety of our campus as the most important thing. Now, with that being said, parents, there are going to be times where kids are going to go through different moments of reactionary type of things, right? And then that's where we have to kind of be able to find out what is really happening and what's going on, right? There's always going to be a consequence for any choice that a child makes. So if a child makes a choice that is unsafe or dangerous or what have you to another child or another person or just to our property, we are always going to have a consequence for that, right? So nothing would ever go unsaid, unworked with, or unmet with whatever the consequences from their choice. But I'll give you an example of bullying, right? So we have some parents and some kids that feel they're being bullied because a kid may have laughed at them. Or maybe in the moment the kid misses a basketball shot and another kid laughs, or a couple kids laugh, and that kid may feel that they're being bullied or the kids are picking on them. And that's not always the case, right? That may be just a simple teasing moment or in a moment that had happened, and we find out the answer, right? But what we do watch, and what I do have our team and our coaches pay attention to, is pattern of behavior, right? So if I have a kid that's continually being targeted or seem to be targeted by another kid, and it kind of keeps happening. When I say that, I mean that there's no fun interaction back and forth, right? This one kid sees this kid, and all of a sudden they're just targeting them. They're saying mean things. They're taking away their toys. They're not letting them play with them. But there is no back and forth of buddyism, right? So again, this is where I have to kind of make sure parents understand. Sometimes the kids become their buddies, right? But then they buddy too much, and now they've gone too far. This one is not happy because this one did A, B, and C. But most of the time, these two are getting along really well, right? I don't look at that as bullying. I look at it as a moment of what happened in the dynamics of their relationship. Now, if it's over the top, or if it's like too much and it's something that is, like I said, egregious, or just we all know, like, that's just a different level, right? We would definitely address that, and we'll definitely get on top of that, right? If it's something that's just happening between two buddies in a moment, we will try to help them get through that as well. But again, if it becomes a pattern of behavior and it becomes too much, now we got to take the next steps of our consequences, right? Or our next steps of our behavior moments for the kids. So this is something I just want to make sure parents understand, because again, we get a lot of parents that say, oh, my son was being bullied, or my son did this, or someone did this to my son, or someone did this to my daughter. And again, I want you to know that we don't say, oh, that didn't happen, nothing like that. We always investigate, right? We always try to find the answer as to what's happening. And then we try to find what led up to it as well, right? Because sometimes kids will tell us something happened in the moment, but they won't really tell us the full story, right? So we'd like to try to get the full story, and then from there try to find the answer, so we have the right consequence or whatever it may be for us, that we got to take the steps that we have to take. So again, this is something we really like to work with the kids and try to help them through. But again, if it's a pattern thing, right, or a situation where it just kind of keeps going and it's kind of going a little over what we feel we can help with, we'll start looking at the next step, which would be dismissal from our program. Very seldom do we have this happen. I won't say hasn't ever happened, but we very seldom have this happen. Parents do bring us their concerns, and we do our due diligence to find out what that answer is, and we communicate with both parents and everybody, so everybody's on the same page. So as we move forward, we all are trying to help these kids be able to grow socially and grow emotionally and grow intellectually and physically, right? So, a lot of the social and emotional things that we may see from the kids is because it's being triggered or brought off by something, right? Maybe they don't feel as confident, maybe they don't feel as smart, or maybe the other person feels like they're physically stronger or physically better, and you start seeing some of these things happening, right? So when we see this stuff, we want to try, this is this place where our program becomes what it becomes, because as a team, we are locked in to try to find out what's happening and see if we can help the kids get to a better place, right? And then help them be able to self-manage in moments where they feel that this is what's happening, and how to help them kind of get through it as they go through whatever stages they may be going through. Again, we never turn our back on a child. We never say get over it or anything like that. We always try to help them grow and develop, right? And teach them the techniques and tools to have that happen. That's our goal. Again, we're going to work with you as parents as well, because we want to make sure we're all on the same page for where we want the kids to be able to go, right? So again, I just want to kind of talk to you guys about that, the behavior thing, and how we go about our disciplinary action. Usually it's going to be, we're going to talk to the kid first and see if we're going to reset them. If we can't reset them, we're probably going to write them up. After we write them up, we'll have the next one is usually a second write-up, and depending on the magnitude of what it is, it could be a suspension or it could be a dismissal. And then when we get to the third one, by that time, our program just may not be the right fit. So we will probably go ahead and dismiss you guys and the child from our program. Okay, just giving you guys a heads up on that, just so there's no confusion as we go through the process, and you kind of know what our process is. I'm a firm believer that I have to stand on what I say I'm going to stand on, right? So if I say this is the process, this is what we're going to do, I have to stay committed to that, because that's how we keep our environment safe and continue to grow in a healthy place for the kids to be in. All right, so that's our behaviors. Okay, now I want to get to the next thing. The next thing is when we talk about closures and when schools are closed and things of that nature. All right, so let's talk about weather closing. So a lot of times parents ask us, if it's a snow day, what do you guys do? In the past, we had tried to open, but the problem was that, when it's a snow day and it's a cumulative snow, right? Our team has to try to dig themselves out of the snow, as well as not just dig themselves out of the snow, have to travel in the snow to be able to open up. So what I found was that, one, we were never able to open up on time or enough time for a parent to be able to bring the kids to us and then be able to get off to work, right? Two, it was if they closed the schools because of weather, and they shut the city and places down because of weather, especially anything that's related to kids and children and travel, it's probably not safe for our team to be traveling either, right? So I had came up and decided that if it is a snow day, we will shut down on the first snow day. If it is a consecutive snow day, being that they have snow day 1, snow day 2, we will open up on the second snow day. And again, snow days are not included in your tuition. So the snow day fee, I believe, is like $27 or something like that. And you guys, yes, I think it's $27 for a snow day if we had a snow day. But again, if that was the case, we usually we'll try to be there by 8 o'clock to get you guys to be able to drop the kids off and then get off to work or wherever you have to go. Getting there early, again, will be a little bit more challenging for us because, again, we have to dig ourselves out. We have to drive carefully to get there. So I'm going to make my team, if it's not just my team, it may be myself. This is the time that we're going to get there. We are going to try to do it at our Liverpool campus and our Camillus campus. Grimshaw, we can't control the school, so the school would dictate as to how that's going to work. And obviously, if the school is closed, they're probably not going to allow the school to open up. So if it's a second snow day and the school is closed and they're not allowed to open up, you guys are more than welcome to bring the kids to our campus, our Camillus campus or our Liverpool campus. Camillus might be closer for you guys because it's in the city of Syracuse still, or it's in Syracuse still. If you needed that, we will let you guys know, and you're more than welcome to come join us there. Again, just driving safe, and you got to weigh that option for yourself. All right, but that's how we handle our snow days, guys. Half days and teacher conference days, things like that. We're looking at the school's calendars, trying to make sure we're available. For the most part, most time we are available. We run a camp for the kids on those days. Half days, again, we got to pick kids up. They'll come to us on the half days. If we're at Grimshaw, if it's a half day, we'll make sure our team is there to meet you guys and have the kids come down, and they'll just run a regular half day, just like how our full after school day would be or our full day camp would be. So that's pretty much how that would be set up as far as closures and stuff goes. All right, so now I'm gonna get into our events and things that we do outside of just your normal after school program. All right, so let's get into our events and what we do. So one of the greatest things about what we do here, guys, is in our Grimshaw location. So some of you guys may not realize, but we are going to be opening up a third location for a lot of our families that have already kind of been with us. We are actually going to be taking over the after school program in Lafayette's elementary school called Grimshaw Elementary. So we have a team ready, we have staff ready. Again, just the same amazing program that we run in our Liverpool campus and that we run in our Camillus campus. We now are bringing that same program to the community of Lafayette and the Grimshaw family. So some of you guys may not even realize that that's what we're doing, but that's our next step that we're going to right now. So what I want to talk about is just some of our events that we have and that we do. Again, these events are going to be at our Camillus/Syracuse campus, as well as our Liverpool campus, as to when we do them and what days we're going to do them. That's something that we'll talk about that we'll do down the road. But so first thing, if you're in our program, right, and you're in our martial arts program. So again, Grimshaw, you'll be doing martial arts on Mondays. Our Liverpool campus, our Camillus campus, you guys have your martial arts days. And then our Liverpool campus, you guys have our Ninja Tricks program, and you have the days of those programs. All of those programs are based on the kids' development, and they have the ability to move up in what will be their rank, right? So our martial arts program, it's a belt rank. Our Ninja Tricks program, they actually have a headband level up for the things that they're doing. So it's always like they're not just coming and learning, punching and kicking and things of that nature. They're actually learning it for a purpose to be able to get one step closer to their black belt excellence, to becoming a black belt in the martial arts and or black belt high level or elite level in our Ninja Tricks program. So that is one thing that we do. Ideally, it's usually every quarter or every 3 months. So our next belt graduation and our next Ninja Tricks graduation will probably be in December. And those are all broken down in times, and we send you guys information as to how to register, things of that nature. And again, that's just kind of how that works. So our Grimshaw group, because you're a part of our martial arts program, when it comes time for you guys to level up, you may, now don't hold me to it, but I may have you guys come out to our main campus to participate in our belt graduation that we do with both of our after school programs that do the martial arts. It's gonna pretty much be the same stuff that you guys are doing in Grimshaw that we do on our Camillus campus. And then that's kind of how we're gonna try to set you guys up. But if we can do it in Grimshaw and at the elementary school, I'll try to figure out a way that we can do that too. I just gotta make sure it's all working as far as just coaches, staffing, and things like that. But as of right now, you guys will be learning our base martial arts program. As I said in the first video, we are Champions Martial Arts, Inc. So our base corporation is Champions Martial Arts. So part of what we incorporate in our after school program is some martial arts. So when the kids are in the program, they will be learning things that are going to help them graduate to the next belt level. It's pretty cool. The kids love it. All the parents in our after school program love it. The kids love to get their new ranks and things like that and know that they earned it. So that's one of the events that we're going to have for you guys. Also, we do Parents Night Out events, right? So our Parents Night Out is, we do it once a month, ideally in our Camillus campus, and then we'll do it once every other month at our Liverpool campus. And what that is the parents, you as parents, you bring the kids to us, and then you get to go out and have a great dinner, maybe go watch a movie, and the kids come hang out with us for 3 hours. And our Parents Night Out events are awesome because they're all theme oriented. So we will have like a Saber Wars one, we'll have a Incredibles one, or we'll have a game night one, or we'll have a Shrek one, or we'll have all these different type of things, right? And it's based on theme, our theme-based Parents Night Outs. They're amazing. Families love them, kids love them. Our coaches that run them are fantastic. So these are events that you guys will have access to and be able to participate in. It's, like I said, it's a lot of fun, and it's something we've been doing for years. And like I said, the families actually, we usually sell them out all the time, right? They just like, we put up the checkout page and we have the number that we got to go to, and it just sells out. Like it literally sells out within 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes we've had one that sold out in 3 days, right? That was I think it was our lightsaber one that we did, sold out in 3 days. So it was like, some of these just go really quick, right? So this is another event that we have. We have our trunk or treats. So we're gonna have a trunk or treat at our Camillus campus, and we're also gonna try to do a trunk or treat in our Liverpool campus. And if I can find the right community connections down in Lafayette, we may try to pull one off down there for you guys and for the families of the communities down there as well. Our trunk or treats are awesome, guys. We have sponsors and we have businesses that come in and they decorate their trunks and they pass out candy for the kids kind of during the holiday season there, Halloween season. So again, it's just a lot of fun. Another event that we offer and that we do for the kids. That's a lot of fun. We also offer birthday parties. Our birthday parties are twice a month. We do them on the 2nd and the 4th weekend of the month. And you just got to schedule those birthday parties out because we only do 2 birthday parties per day. And it's usually on a Saturday is the birthday party schedule. So, but again, we have it at our Camillus campus. We have it at our Liverpool campus. So any families in our network of our Great Kids network are eligible to be able to book one of these parties. Again, we have amazing coaches. Everything is themed. Everything is set up. We truly run the best parties, right? So these are just some of the events that we have, plus a plethora of other things I probably haven't mentioned yet that we do. And again, it's just something that we just try to provide for the community, for the kids and the families. And it's just a great time. And I just wanted to share that with you guys so you kind of have a future pace of some of the stuff that we actually do as far as our program goes. I'm going to bring this to a close. I know it's a pretty long video. I thank you guys for sticking in this with me. I just wanted to get it out to you all. We're going to be starting next week, and I think it's going to be an amazing school year. We're going to have a great time. The kids are going to have a lot of growth. They're gonna have such amazing social connections with some of the other kids and that's gonna be in the programs. It's just gonna be really, really awesome. And I'm so proud and so happy to have you guys join us. I'm so proud to have the opportunity to reach another community and other families out in the Lafayette community. I'm so excited for all the new families that are gonna be joining our program, right? We advertise a little bit, but we don't advertise much. So most of our program is word of mouth and sharing it from others, right? So that is the greatest compliment that our families have been able to give us, is they share our program with other people. So again, I'm super excited, guys. Our team can't wait. Our team is ready to lock in. And just kind of give you guys a heads up too, so who some of our team members. So our regional director and the second person kind of under me is Coach Bridget. A lot of you guys had an opportunity to work with her and be connected with her through our Camillus campus and our Liverpool campus. For all my Grimshaw families, you're gonna love her. She is amazing. So she is my regional director, so she kind of oversees all of our campuses along with myself. And then I have on my main campus, I have Coach Kai, who is my assistant director on our main campus. Out in our Liverpool campus, we have Coach Emily, who's our director on our Liverpool campus. And then our martial arts coach director is Coach Madison. So we got an amazing team that we have put together for you guys, as well as our other coaches that are just kind of coming in as our after school coaches, our driving coaches. We have a lot of people that are committed to your children becoming the very best version of themselves. And I'm excited, right? I can't wait. This is something that it's a true vision and a dream that I'm seeing come true. And I just thank you all for giving us the opportunity to be a part of your lives. All right, so have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and you'll hear from us some more details, some things that are coming up really soon. And that's it. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.